what made you switch from marine biology to acting?
Uh, that wasn't a conscious decision. The decision was more or less made for me. I was at a situation where I'd run out of funding basically for school, and was looking for a means to potentially earn some more income. And the idea was to go back. And good fortune struck. I was quite lucky early on with the audition for Pleasantville. And I was in my early 20s at that time, and I thought I'd make one movie and pay off my loans and go back and finish school, and it just hasn't stopped. So the passion for marine biology is still there, and that's my first passion, so I still find other ways to fulfill that.
And by the way, how much time do you manage to spend at the ocean?
Well, with diving and quite a bit. I mean, depends on location a lot of the time. But fortunately enough, where I reside, I live here in California. I have I have access, and I go diving and dive for lobsters, free dive a lot still, and spend a lot of time in and around the water. So whenever I can make the time, I do it.
Can you see the sea where you live? Is this important to you?
Oh yeah, I can see the sea. But the thing for me is, as much as I appreciate the ocean, earth sciences in general have always fascinated me. So the older I get, it's just specific as, say, to stuff that caters to the ocean. Like for instance, I really like just the way everything really all comes together. So to me, I think it's more about the symbiotic relationships, and more, I think just the earth science as a whole. Botany has really kind of taken a hold of me lately, and even birding, which sounds funny because I always thought when I was younger that was for old men. But I really enjoy it. And with that, a lot more photography, so photographing nature. I used to be a really big hunter, and what I found as I've gotten older is I enjoy taking photos of the wildlife more, because I can pull the trigger 100, 200, 300 times, and I can come back and see that animal the next day. So it's just kind of a realization that I've made really as of late, and the older I get, the more I appreciate that.
So let's talk about your role association. Where have you been for your role campaign? Tell us more about your work within the organization. Must be so fulfilling for you.
Yeah, with Row, things reach out worldwide. Things have moved along really well. I mean, its inception was last year. Last year alone, I think we had 3 or 4 outings. We had one this year. We had the tornado in Tuscaloosa in Alabama. But this year, for the most part, it's been relatively sleepy, which has been nice. But what's happened is there's been a bit of a groundswell. And organically, what's happened is we've had different brands express interest in potentially sponsoring us or helping us with our cause. So the thing that's nice is we put something out there that we believed in, and others have jumped on. Davidoff, for instance, with their donation, and since then, still they make chainsaws and a lot of power tools, and we use a lot of their equipment in extraction, especially in Tuscaloosa, cutting trees to remove debris and help people gain access to their home, and it's exciting. It's exciting to see what's happening. So the thing that I like is, so long as I'm alive and kicking and I'm making money and things are going well, Row can continue. But there's going to come a time where I might not necessarily be able to fund it. And so, to know that there's, the outside interests that are coming in now, to know that there's a good chance that this is something that could potentially be around well after I leave this planet, it's a good feeling. And the like-minded, I think the people that believe in it, because for me it was really just an idea. And as a single person, what's an idea? It doesn't really mean anything. What makes it live and breathe are the people that subscribe to the philosophy and the idea of it. And the people that are involved have just taken it to a completely different level. So I'm really fortunate. And the people that are involved are just really good people.
And talking about the people that are involved, have you recruited any other fellow actors to support you in it?
No, not anybody really within the entertainment industry, because it really requires field experience. As a first responder, whether you're EMT, paramedic, doctor, ER doctor, Very few of us, myself included in the few, on the early trips I was really one of the only ones that didn't have any professional experience. And I realized that my skill set was limited, so I didn't like that feeling. As much as I picked up while we were there and in the field, I realized that there was more to learn. And that's a big part of it that really keeps me, I think, drawn is like, we're only here one time. And I love the arena. I love learning about first aid and, anything pertaining to medicine. It's fascinating to me. So it's one thing I continue to work on and work towards and work forward with. And, hopefully within not too much longer, I'll feel qualified, super qualified. But, we have some really talented people, doctors that have had, 25, 30 years experience, that have volunteered their time readily, weeks of their life every year to the cause. So it's nice having that pool, first off to have people that are that qualified, that are willing to come along on these trips. And then they're also willing to give you the time and the attention when they see your willingness to learn and your enthusiasm for it. They give you a lot more attention and are willing to really kind of walk you through things. So, from EMT certification to potentially now I'm considering, maybe even going to school to becoming a paramedic, which would be the next step for me. So we'll see.
And now, can you describe for us a perfect weekend off work?
Perfect weekend off work?
Off work.
Or of work?
Off work.
Of work? A perfect weekend of work. Off work. Okay. I think for me, be something outdoors. I mean, I don't know if it would be maybe it'd be a cool hike to like a removed waterfall with like a nice swimming hole. A lot of scenery with a lot of nature and animals, or maybe a diving weekend out at the islands. Someplace tropical would be nice. But definitely something having to do with the water and nature. Good friends.
And as you spend so much time around water, do you use certain products to look after your skin?
I'm pretty carefree, to be honest with you, for the most part. I'll go on binges where, now that I'm getting a little bit older, people tell me I need to wear lotion because so much exposure to the sunlight. But I've been told I have a little bit of Cherokee Indian in me, and so I like to think that maybe makes me a little more resilient. But I don't take care of my skin the way that I should, to be honest with you. I don't. When I do stuff like this, I have people that take care of me. It allows me to be a little more lazy. But yeah, I'm pretty low maintenance. So I get up in the morning, I throw on my clothes, and I'm out the door usually within 10 minutes.
And men may not be under so much pressure as women aging in front of the camera, but surely you must consider sun damage. Do you think about this kind of answer?
Yeah, I think more and more. But there's also arguments now that a lot of people are saying that we don't get enough vitamin D. And the problem is people, for one, they spend too much time indoors. And then when people do spend time outdoors, they're putting on 50 sunblock and their body's not absorbing or creating the vitamin D that it needs to. So there's two philosophies there. I tend to subscribe to the one where maybe sunblock isn't necessarily as good as people want to believe. There's give and take with anything. So anything, I think, with moderation. If I'm going to spend an extended period of time out on the ocean or in the water or on the boat, I'll be sure to cover my face with sunblock. But for outings, like if I'm going on a hike, even if it's a half day or full day hike, rarely will I. I'll just put on a hat and go get it. But as I get older, I'm sure that I'll probably see more of the effects, and then I'll probably try to play catch up, reverse the process.
Tell us some of your best places to visit in California.
Oh gosh, I really love Big Sur, Monterey, Carmel. Big fan of that area, and I love the redwood forests. The Channel Islands are incredible. Most of my time is spent, Santa Barbara North, my leisurely time. I was born and raised in Southern California. When I was younger, I spent a lot more time in San Diego and in Baja, Mexico. But as I've grown older, I appreciate more where it's more lush and more green. I especially am fond of the Pacific Northwest. So even as you press out of Northern California and into Oregon and into Washington, Vancouver and Canada, Vancouver Island, the San Juans. I love it up there. The rain's a little too much for me to live there full time, but as far as a place to visit's concerned, to me that's heaven on earth. I love that zone. It's magical, and there's nowhere else like it on earth. It's unique.
And finally, we'd love to be standing close enough to ask. I'm close enough. But what do you smell like wearing Davidoff?
To me, the thing I like about the fragrance is that it doesn't smell designed. I mean, obviously it is, and I think that's the design behind it, is to not smell designed. So to me, it has more of a kind of a natural kind of embodiment of different scents. And I don't know that I can necessarily say that I smell this or I smell that. I just know what I like when I smell it, and I've liked it from when I was a small kid. So it's just been the fragrance of choice when I want to wear a fragrance.